Ever wonder how brutal the past really was? Like what people actually did to punish each other? Before prisons, before rules, before human rights? Today we're going down a very dark rabbit hole. These are some of the most terrifying torture methods ever used in history. This isn't horror fiction, it's history. And yeah, it gets wild. Breaking wheel. Let's start with something that sounds almost harmless. A wheel. But this wasn't for travel. It was for breaking people apart. Literally. They'd lay you across it, arms and legs spread out, and, well, they didn't call it the breaking wheel for nothing. Sometimes they'd twist your broken limbs through the gaps, then just leave you there, stuck like a pretzel in the open air. Survivors? Not many. In 1589, a guy named Peter Stump, accused of witchcraft, cannibalism, even being a werewolf, was broken on the wheel in Cologne. It seems like, back then, if you stood out or scared people, things went downhill fast. This is one of the most famous real cases involving the wheel in early modern Europe. 2. Boiling in oil. Boiling oil sounds like something out of a cartoon, right? But this was real, and yeah, exactly what it sounds like. Sometimes it was oil, sometimes tar, or lead. Victims weren't always dropped in all at once. They were lowered slowly. You get the idea. It was dramatic, loud, painful, and more importantly, public. In 1532, one guy, Richard Roos, got this for allegedly poisoning soup. They boiled him in front of a crowd, like, hey everyone, don't mess with the kitchen. 3. Flaying. This one's hard to even say out loud. Flaying didn't need big machines, just a knife and time. Flaying, basically, removing the skin, not all at once, but slowly, peeling, like old parchment. If the torturer was skilled, the victim could stay conscious, feel just enough. And when they were finished, sometimes the skin was displayed as a message. Speak against us, and this is what happens. The Assyrians were infamous for this. They reportedly flayed rebel leaders and displayed the remains on city gates. 4. The saw. This one, just cruel. People were hung upside down, not to make it quick, but to keep them awake. Then came the saw. And no, they didn't start at the neck. They started from the other end. Yeah, the whole point was to drag it out, make it slow, make it hurt. And people watched, like a messed up show. Some ancient texts say even the prophet Isaiah was killed this way, stuffed into a tree and sawn through. 5. Burning in the stake. Back in the day, people had this charming habit of tying folks to a giant wooden pole, piling wood all around them, and lighting the whole thing up. They called it burning at the stake. And no, it wasn't just for witches. Witches just got all the PR. In reality, they used this method for heretics, rebels, political enemies, basically anyone who pissed off the wrong person in power. And the idea wasn't just execution, it was spectacle, a big, smoky moral lesson right in the middle of the town square. So the next time someone leans back and says, man, those were simpler times, ask them, do you remember how simple it was to be set on fire, flayed alive, boiled in oil, or crushed on a wheel? Just for thinking differently? These weren't just punishments, they were tools for fear, for control, for sending messages that echoed for generations. Some say we've come a long way. Others, not so sure. When you look at this stuff, it's not just about the past. It's about what humans are capable of when we stop caring. Sleep well tonight, if you can. Goodbye, like and subscribe.